Piers Morgan, it's not a real grudge, but it's a quasi-humorous grudge because Piers Morgan is a hypocrite. He's just a hypocrite. And look, you guys know that he blocked me after suggesting that I was anti-Semitic for saying, how are you not asking certain questions about October 7, how it could happen at the scale it did, over the time frame that it did, given the superhuman intelligence of Israel, which I don't think many people disagree with. Getting explosives into pagers and blowing up terrorists, but not being able to identify paragliders and bulldozers, and then taking upwards of 12 hours to respond in certain parts of a country that only takes 6 hours to drive across. If you don't ask those questions, you're not a journalist. And instead, he calls me or suggests that I'm anti-Semitic and then blocks me. And all that this hack of a journalist does, he's the Jerry Springer of modern day journalism. And he had on Nick Fuentes, and it was I've been watching I've watched the better part of it. I haven't seen all of it, but it's a joke of an interview. And I'm gonna bring you the clip. Steven Crowder commenting. This is Viva commenting on Steven Crowder commenting on Nick Fuentes' clip from Piers Morgan. I don't think Nick would come on the channel. He probably, I don't know if he would have nothing to do with me because of his debate with Barnes and the Islamofascist thing. And people say, like, Viva, you seem to be defending Nick Fuentes by criticizing Piers Morgan. And people don't understand the loser think in that. First of all, it doesn't matter why I'm doing what I'm doing. First of all, I'm not defending Nick. I would have had so many more questions, which I think would have fleshed out the inanity of some of Nick's positions. But it doesn't matter why I'm doing what I'm doing. You got to address the substance of it. And the substance of my critique is that Piers Morgan is an attention-seeking whore who is not interested in journalism, and he's not even interested in good conversation. He just wants his stupid gotchas so he can post his clips to Twitter and remain relevant. And no, there's no hashtag confession through projection here. My biggest problem is I don't go for the gotcha clips and the gotcha moments. And I don't ask the questions to try to get a hot take that can go viral. It's, I'm not complaining about anything. And maybe I should do it, but I don't. But listen to this.
That's all true. That's 100% true. Everything I said in that clip is true.
Including that blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part.
Yeah. Yes.
For all of them.
For the most part, not all of them.
He didn't say all of them.
And he's trying to get the gotcha clip.
No, for the most part.
What does the most part mean? What percentage of American blacks would you like to see in prison?
Well, the answer is
whatever the percentages of the murderers. I think it's 1 in 20 black men will commit a murder in their lifetime. So maybe
they're valid answers.
5%.
Oh, so you're talking about black people who murder people.
Criminals is what he means belongs in prison. Like, Piers is trying to get the gotcha and is only succeeding in making the argument stronger. Yeah, he's only talking about jailing black criminals. And I don't think he's only talking about only jailing only black criminals. I think he'd say jail all criminals. But I think he would then go on to cite some statistics which are uncomfortable and unfortunately something that America has to address and the community has to address. But set that aside.
Criminals.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
But you didn't say that. You just said blacks need to be imprisoned for the most part. You didn't clarify that you were talking about black murderers.
Right. No, you're right. That's a good addition to that. That's a great point. You think it's funny? Yeah, I do. I think it's hilarious. I think it's totally true.
I'm just going to play this. You're going to listen to the sounds of deliciousness from the Chicago Steak Company. Oh, Family Guy in the background. Oh, yeah. Got a nice caramelization on the outside. That's Winston.
You don't get any either.
Dog doesn't know where the hell he is.
Did you see that? Oh, yes, sorry, Bob.
Nothing beats mouthwatering sizzle and premium steak, especially when it comes from the Chicago Steak Company. Hand-selected, expertly aged, delivered to your door, whether it's celebrating or just craving a beautiful, juicy steak. USDA Prime Wagyu will turn any meal into an unforgettable experience. Packed with care, flash frozen for freshness, your steak arrives chef-worthy and ready to impress. Join thousands of steak lovers across the country. Order today. Just go to mychicagosteak.com/Viva, or you will receive with the promo code Viva free 6 petite ribeyes plus free shipping on any order of $229 or more. That's a $240 value, absolutely free. The steak is objectively delicious, objectively tender. If you're a vegetarian, try it. If you're a vegan, try it. You'll never go back to being a vegan again. Oh, that's me and my family right there. Go there, check it out, spend $229 and more, and you'll get $240 in value. The 6 petite ribeyes. Meat is delicious. Put fire to meat. That is what God created fire for, and that is what God created cows for.
You think a black American would find it funny? You think that blacks should be imprisoned for the most part?
Like, again, I've seen this, but I had the immediate response before it came out of Nick's mouth, and not with respect to black on black violence, which everybody understands is a problem. I mean, it's the statistic that most people cite, but like, it's the exact same thing about Islamic terrorism. Like, Muslims are the biggest victims of Islamic terrorism in on a global scale. Of course, even they would say we would like to be done with radical Islamic extremism. They just can't say it because there'll be problems for them.
Blacks are my biggest fans. I get high fives all the time. They say, Nick Fuentes, I love your show. They agree with me. And you want to know why? Here's the difference. Black people are the most victimized by other black people. You think black people want to live in the hood and the ghetto and get shot all the time? That's what happens in the south side of Chicago. You should come here. I'll take you there. We could go to Garfield Park.
My son went to Chicago University for a year, actually, several years ago.
My son went to Chicago University. Well, my son once slummed for one night on drive. Now she knows everything.
Ghetto and get shot all the time. That's what happens in the south side of Chicago. You should come here. I'll take you there.
Kind of looks like hold on a second. Hold on.
We could go to Garfield Park.
My son went to Chicago University for a year, actually, several years ago.
Good irrelevant fact.
That's a bubble. You think you're in Chicago and Hyde Park? You don't know Chicago. Go a little bit west. See what it's like over there. And I'll tell you, black people agree with me because they're tired of it too. And maybe not most of them, but a lot of them agree with what I say about
Here's
that.
Here's the thing too,
know how it is.
Pierce is Nick knows that that's going to be taken.
Yeah.
And then it's going to give him an opportunity areas where when you take this at heart, rejected.
Hold on. Where's the one where he says that he's a virgin? There was another clip. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. I got to bring that one up. I thought that was one I had up. So I got distracted here. Where was the one where Nick says he's a virgin? Have you ever had sex? Oh, here we go. Here we go. This is it. My goodness. Sorry. I wanted to bring both of these up.
One of the many theories about you, I've no idea what the answer is, and you haven't got to answer. But are you actually attracted to women?
I am attracted to women.
You're not gay?
No. But I will say that women are very difficult to be around.
Okay.
So there's that.
And do you think they should have the right to vote?
I do not. No, absolutely not.
They should stay at home?
Well, yeah.
Absolutely. That's stay in the kitchen, stay barefoot. How would you ask him why? Like I'm sincerely curious as to why, and not because I agree with Nick. I think I would be able to very discreetly and effectively flesh out the idiocy of the argument of those who say women should not be allowed to vote. I know the arguments. They say things like, "Look how society has degraded ever since women got the right to vote. It's the bleeding heart liberal woman. Women were meant to care for children, not be warriors, et cetera, et cetera." As if, the back before women got the right to vote, when it was a warrior culture that was, any better, I would ask that question. But, and then, they might do the old trope. I won't make the joke that people make about women and periods, but temperamental, and they shouldn't have the right to vote. It's like, oh, they are. What about then temperamental men? I mean, surely there are men who are just as temperamental as even the most temperamental women. Should they not have the right to vote? Yeah. Then you would quickly see that it goes to the mental faculties to vote, not the sex-based approach, which would undermine the statement. Then the question would be, well, then why do you say it? No, but we don't get there. You got Piers Morgan. He wants the clip.
Absolutely.
So basically, you're just a misogynist old dinosaur, aren't you? For a young guy. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm the boomer. I know I'm the boomer here, but actually, you're a 27-year-old dinosaur, aren't you? Aren't you, Nick Fuentes? All women.
I am.
All women are annoying. All women grow old. They all get fat. Says the guy. Have you ever had sex?
No, absolutely not.
Wow. Says the guy who's never got laid.
I got to tell you, not that I care about anybody's sex life. I was surprised. He's never had sex. How old is Nick Fuentes? He's 25? How old is... And I don't say how old... He's 27. I would have had a couple of follow-up questions on that. You've never had sex. Why? I mean, is it an aversion to women? Is it surely it's not lack of opportunity? I mean, definitely not lack of opportunity. Maybe lack of quality opportunity. Why would he have never had? Is he saving it for marriage? Is it a question of conservative principles, or is it a question of fear? Like, I mean, everyone's seen 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's a great movie, and there's some element of truth to it. Not that I would know, because I'm a man that's, I'm joking. I have not been around the block whatsoever, but I was not a virgin, by the time I mean, everyone's seen 40-Year-Old Virgin. It's a great movie, and there's some element of truth to it. Not that I would know, because I'm a man that's, I'm joking. I have not been around the block whatsoever, but I was not a virgin, by the time I've said too much. You get to be a certain age, and then it becomes like anything. If you've never done it, and everybody around you is, then it develops an aura of fear. You get to be 27. He's now got to say, okay, you're going to deal with premature ejaculation, which comes when you're, fresh to the game, which would be very embarrassing if you are not in a meaningful relationship with someone who's going to understand and work with your premature ejaculation. Not that I'm speaking from any form of experience. So like, 27-year-old is not going to go pick up a chick at a bar and then have a premature ejaculation session. It'd be mortifying for them. Then you got to be in a committed relationship where the person's not going to judge you and help you learn, I guess. And that is tough to come by, especially when you live the type of life that Nick lives, which is one of shock jock commentary to some extent. Or is the question that he's gay, which is also not anything I would have a problem with. I just wonder what would happen if he were to come out. But that's wild. But Piers Morgan, all he wants, you're just an old dinosaur. You're a misogynist. You've never even gotten laid. Oh, so now we're in the realm of being a male whore is a good virtue, Piers? So that was that's the interview. It's just garbage. And it drives me nuts. Mostly because he's a flipping hypocrite who blocked me. I know that he sees it when I tag him. He's good friends with Vinny Oshana. Vinny's on his channel quite often. And it's schlock journalism, and it's just bad conversationalism. I want to understand. You're 27 years old in today's day and age. What do you then? I mean, this might be very embarrassing. What do you do to satisfy that element? I mean, are you addicted to porn? Years old in today's day and age. What do you then? I mean, this might be very embarrassing. What do you do to satisfy that element? I mean, are you addicted to porn? It's a lot. Do you have an AI sex bot? I mean, I wouldn't necessarily ask that question, but these are conversation. Understand the person, understand the views, and if you want to try to flesh out some inconsistencies, some meaningful follow-up questions.